so far ahead of everyone in every single game mode. But, you know, you listen to some podcasts, right? It was their coach, D-Real, he just kind of said, if you have a chance to pack a punch, you got to go for it. And they went for it, right? They saw the improvements of other teams in the league, and maybe they were just worried about sort of some of these teams building God squads, whatever it may be. So they said, we'll see. Screw it. Let's add some more firepower, because that's what Sib is. The question will just be, what's the chemistry going to be like between Skyz and Sib, getting them on the same page?
And now as we get quickly into our first map, I just know for OpTic, you are a big Kenny guy.
I love that, man. I sure do.
You were excited about this move and what he could bring to this team, right?
I mean, listen, like, Kenny, he is just a guy who I have seen in practice rooms time and time again. He cares about sort of the team, the systems that they are building, making sure everyone is on the same page. He has a style of Call of Duty. It is a successful one. He's trying now to bring it to OpTic.
And I'm curious to see if he'll be able to do that. It's kind of our two big takeaways to discuss before we get into this map one, and now we get rolling. And in the hard point thus far, it is OpTic Texas, locked and loaded, racking up time. Early already see top of the map, that'll be Pred. That's early on the rotation. He's going to have a one-on-one starting to develop here with Kismet.
Yeah, but you saw, I think with Skyz spawning and, you know, his teammates spawning out, he knows that there may be someone here, right? The comms are sort of, where's Kismet, where's Kismet? There we go, able to find him. His first kill, official kill in the CDL under this OpTic name. I know he was so excited. He's talked about it, right? All of the chants last year. He didn't know how to react to be happy, but he's got the green wall behind him now.
Yeah, it was a tough start a little bit too, because like travel stuff, what was the visa issues, like he was a little bit behind. They had to kind of catch up a bit, right?
Scump thought he was playing in a couple of these early matches, but able to get him out here. But an early lead here for OpTic, but at P2, the Subliners in control.
Dashy is trying to get those taps in. One of the better natural aimers you're going to see here on the map. Guy's an absolute animal. Well, there you see it. The headshot in. Simp peeled. Another one. Drop in. Skyz ripped right off the map. His big Brucey getting it rolling early. Fred, nice little snap there, but Hydra going to be a tough one-on-one gunfight. That is for sure. It's 4 in a row, though, now for Dashy as he's starting to work towards some streaks.
Yeah, and they know, right? You see Shotzzy around 30 seconds. He backed all the way on up. So as you get to this P3, they knew where New York was, you know, spawning out with those kills coming in. But a nice life there out of Dashy.
And we saw in this particular harbor, we cast it in our first series, how big it was. The swings that it made to allow Boston to really get back into the game. Now we're gonna head over here again, see what kind of time the OpTic crew is able to get. They're in early, Pred going around, his teammate will drop, he's there for the trade. Nice little slide and cancel to rip the second player out of action, but the number's still here for Subliners.
Look at the left side of your screen. This is what we talk about with this P3. There's not really a close spawn. Sometimes kind of where Kenny is, you can spawn in that area, but it is very rare. So when you get 3 or 4 dead, it is so much time towards your side. But a great job by Subliners with that first push. And now 3 dead here for OpTic. Sib on 4 in a row. We've talked about him, sort of that surge duo going up against one another here in their first match.
Yeah, I mean, for OpTic fans, I'm sure you remember Sib, just back to what the Mercado, remember that, like, 1v3 he had? Like, he has had some spectacular moments against the organization, so they won't forget those anytime soon. But Hydra looked like just in the webcam, he was getting loud for the teammates as he's on 4 in a row, now up to double digits in 10 and 4. Nobody in the hard point for now, but he's maintaining this second story.
Yeah, just trying to find this last player, then maybe starting to earn that time, just dealing with Shotzzy. But nobody on the hill, so I guess you'll take this if you're OpTic. But now 25-second lead for New York just due to that P3 hold and that initial break. But he's just kind of baiting here. Kind of waiting for his teammates to get in a position, try to play his life. Finally, Pred takes him down.
I'm not sure if it's because he was on 4 in a row, maybe, just building towards streaks as well, or just, you know, you hop in the hard point, they're kind of doing the same thing on the other side, you're going to drop instantly. I'm not sure.
I think that's it, just trying to keep top control. Yeah, fighting for positioning, just waiting for your teammates. But yeah, not a lot of time earned here at P4.
Not a lot, like none.
A couple of seconds on both sides. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it has just been everyone sort of baiting who's going to hop in the point. Finally, their OpTic goes surging on end, so the scrap time and the final 15 or so seconds will go their way. You see the next hard point popping on the minimap bottom left as New York Subliners getting ready to rip and roar. Going to be, what, 17 points or so separating these squads. As the next hard point pops in the early gunfights, they go to Skyz. He's able to rip down 2.
Yeah, and well, I mean, OpTic, they find the first 2 initial kills, but then Skyz responds. You saw Hydra. He was trying to get active. He was trying to get out, away from that hard point to find a couple of kills. But, well, right now it is a Subliners lead. Let's go to a listen in with our world champions.
Yo, dark, Anthony.
I don't see dark.
He might pitch me up behind me, and no. He's on the vending, of hill.
Bottom fire.
Vending of hill.
Vending on the vending guy.
Nice, good job, Shotzzy on top.
Close left,
He's close left, he's jumping. That's shit, bro. That's shit.
Looking for Dashy and
Done, come in.
Yeah, bridge, AG, one shot bridge,
Dark Paco.
absolute bridge, he went top bridge.
I got your Dark Paco. I'm helping you.
He's on top of a bridge with a sub.
then top third. Fuck.
Red is on fire.
I'm gonna go right.
Nice. Yo, we should shift left. We should shift. Get middle left.
No, they
Leave him on the
probably
right.
yeah.
Leave them on the right.
Trust
I got you.
Leave him on the right. There,
Go. Bottom green, Pred. AG's going funny.
Yeah, I'm pitching with you. Watch that for a minute. Yo, third. He's there. He doesn't know you're there. Yo, he went stairs. Yo, wait for Paco.
AG was bottom green.
He has a god pitch.
Bottom green. Right side time.
I have a god pitch from Paco. Break the hill. One TB bridge. One top.
Top 3. I'm looking top second.
Nice. Hold up. I'm getting third.
Have the middle.
I
have the ramp.
Yo, could be backs. One could be backs.
I hear you in the back call. I'm looking at my back.
It's only that.
Top 3. I'm watching. Shoulder 3, yeah.
Nothing.
We are back, and the Subliners comms are good. They still got a big advantage, but a little bit of a double dip here. Let's hear the comms on the other side. Right to a listen-in with OpTic Texas.
Let's go time. Top in. He's top. Hearts on toppers. I hit him with it. Wait for y'all. No. I got top. Make it. He's not challenging. He's gonna be top right. Top left. He's gonna go low front, boys. Top plat. Nice job, Briz. I spawned out. Nice job.
Nice, top plat. We didn't kill him. Parker's gonna be ticket, bro. He's not getting time. He's just not getting time. He's in ticket.
I'm pushing it. I'm coming to take it.
He's at the windows on top, Sip.
I hear you. On 1 HP, absolute on top. Literally 1 HP on top. He's at the windows. He's by the bar top. We're deep. I need it long. Back alley. Back alley? He's Oh, my nade just hit the fucking... I'm down, dead.
Nice, that's good.
I need to go plat.
I made me need plat.
Plat on me.
I can't see plat.
Okay, I'm up here. Keep me long. Let the plat. Long. Back alley. Alright, last guy time and then one's long.
He's long.
A dive into the comms with both teams. Joe, I don't know, any simple takeaways from early listening?
From the New York one, I love the patience, right? You heard just wait for Paco at that P1, and they did just that. I mean, for OpTic, comms are clear, just not able to find that break there at P2, but an opportunity here. I think a must-win hill for OpTic at this P3. The rotation is very early. You already have Dashy on the hill time. You have Pred kind of looking for early kills on rotation. One more player under him. Shotzzy on the other side of the map. This is the chance that OpTic needs to put themselves, within 10, 15 points.
Yeah, I mean, they had an early setup here, kind of, but it got Mixy really early, right? Last time through P3, they just couldn't turn that into a big hold. It was an early break from New York. This time, they've got to shut it down. A bit of a chow. Out, people dropping. Simp finds 2 picks. You have another chance to get a break here. We didn't see a break at all in FaZe versus Boston. Maybe back-to-back now for Subliners. Dashy's going to drop. One more in the back is Shotzzy. You're inside the hard point, and it's just looking a little too easy right now for Subliners.
Yeah, I mean, Shotzzy luckily gets a close spawn, and now maybe the chance for OpTic to switch over the pistol. Kenny off his spawn, works through the middle of the map, able to find 2. But I think if you're NYSL, you take this, right? Because,
yes.
30 to 40 seconds to go their way, so they keep it mixy, not a full 60, still going to have a solid lead here as we go over to P4.
Yeah, not that it's going to be a full 60 every time, but that's one of the hard points you can hammer people on, and they did a good job just making sure it wasn't perfect. But for OpTic, you get a good chunk of the time at least. Is that going to be enough to start swinging back into things? Just fried out of it is Hydra. Takes that gunfight versus Pred. Last time at this hard point, nobody really got any time. All the points and all the fights basically around the point. We'll see if anyone can turn it into time. It's just been a battle on the outskirts.
I mean, we've had a couple of hills where nobody's really been in it. I have watched a lot of scrims, and I have not seen really sort of this playstyle, just playing for map position over sort of the hill. I mean, obviously, it's very important. Both teams are playing that way, but now you're going to kind of have to start paying attention to that play clock. There's 2 minutes left. Nothing too crazy.
Are we on sub base, or where are we?
Yeah, NYSL. They do find some of that time, but there we go. 4 dead, and now a chance here for OpTic to get this scrap time. You see the rotation over to P5. That is exactly where Pred and Dashy are set up.
Will a swing come here? He'll bring it back within about 40. Hydra just ripping off heads. Dashy just gets gunned to sleep as he hits the edge. You're plus 12 right now for your Hydra as our Controller Player of the Year continues to show how talented he is.
Yeah, he's showing how good of a player he still is. Doesn't matter the title. Finding that time, now hitting the 200-point mark. Well, he's going to have a freebie as Kenny jumps on in. Here comes the rest of OpTic on a break attempt, but he's going to be traded out effectively for the Subliners.
Just have one more guy up. One gets a close spawn and just enough presence here to maintain it. Another hit coming in. Basically, everybody through that right side of the minimap trying to funnel on through, but the numbers are going to get back in time for Subliners as well. Pred the opener.
Yeah, you got a little double vending machine setup here from Skyz and Kiz both on top. Kiz now inside with Hydra. Kismet on 5 in a row. They cannot win it here, but they get pretty darn close. As Kismet wins another one, now has the cruise for some extra utility.
Oh, it's coming in right away. He wants it. Cruise in. Looking for spawns. Trophy is there. Gobble, gobble.
We already had Thanksgiving. It's Christmas season now.
What do I do? Like a reindeer?
I don't think you can do that, but NYSL now on the hill. A couple of more seconds. Kenny's still there. 26 and 21 from Ken. Kismet, though, up to 8, and that should seal the deal. He's got one more one-on-one. Good luck, Shotzzy. The Subliners. A statement map here in game 1.
Listen, if you saw the coaches poll, you know, they were in what, like B tier? You know, people saying they're a little bit behind maybe, but what did we see last year? Kind of a similar situation, a bit behind. They're winning Major 1. And even if they were a bit behind, once we get to these matches, I mean, they're the world champions. Not surprised to see them coming out with Fury map 1.
I mean, if you can be a bit behind in scrims, you're just learning, right?
Yeah.
That is sort of the key.
Losing is learning.
It's great to win scrims, but yeah, if you're just figuring out what you want to do on match day, then so be it. But still, just only the first map of our series. But you can see here, Hydra right back to it, 29 and 16. Kismet, his SMG duo, right alongside him. And on the other side, it was just Kenny. Positive for OpTic.
Yeah, I had the damage there for Kenny and the kills as well, but yeah, everybody else in the blender a bit, the deeper that map got. And it was a weird one, though. Like,
yeah, no, it was, yeah. Both teams playing for position, leaving the hill, kind of, you know, nobody in it, uncontested.
Yeah, and I just don't know. I mean, obviously, it played in the favor of NYSL, ended up winning by about 100 points, but yeah, it wasn't even like it was just like a central point. Just multiple times you see everyone fighting for position, and well, sometimes maybe you are going to have some. It's early in the title. Some awkward moments you have to, especially for OpTic, who's a very new roster in many ways. People kind of trying to figure out how they want to play certain spots.
Well, I just think on that hill, I mean, I get it. If you have a
that one, yeah.
You're down low, like, yeah, you're probably gonna lose.
Like, we were watching Hydra. If any time he would have hopped to the point, he would have died. Like, so he was just kind of chilling to see if the guys could get back. But like, everyone was fighting to try and get to the actual hard point. And you see Kismet here with a triple to seal it. Good luck beaming somebody off of this heady, but they got a rival in their hands. Good night. 9 streak is what it ends at. All smiles for the Bulldog.
Yeah, you and I were kind of talking earlier, just like, you know, maybe why is this team, if they are struggling in scrims, I'm sure they're fine, right? But Karachi, you have the 2 subs, and I just think if I'm the Subliners, I want a 2-sub meta all the time. With the way that Hydra and Kismet are on the map,
yeah,
you probably want as little as ARs as possible. And maybe that's just a part of it. Karachi could be their best map.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably get, usually as the year goes on, you know, you'll have 2 subs, sometimes 3. We just have a lot of, yeah, it's pretty heavy AR, obviously, right now. But yeah, so far, so good. Looks fantastic for that team. Now, we'll see how OpTic can bounce back as we get to search and destroy. You know, Dashy has been brilliant in that. But like that, what do you think is the hardest thing? When you make a team change like this, where you've got, but I guess part of your core stays, but it's a big mix-up, right? Like, you've got 2 superstars coming into the team. What's harder, like search, respawn, to kind of get clicking?
Well, I think respawn should be, I mean, great for this squad, right? I mean, just
and you play a lot more, you scrim a lot more respawn too.
Yeah, but I think search and destroy, it's sort of a, can we get on the same page, right? Everyone has their own ways in which they want to approach search and destroy. Just, do we agree with one way, right? And if we can find that middle point with the coaching staff with Karma and JP, then yeah, I think this should be a disgusting search and destroy team.
Yeah, no, the potential is there 100% for them to be just filthy. I feel like anytime you have a team just with this much talent that can all win their ones and make individual plays, like, you've always got a chance in search. Like, even if you make some blunders, like just gun people to sleep, like we've seen it happen time and time again. But the guys got to talk through how to bounce back. A pretty big defeat in that map 1, like a 100-point loss. Things weren't really working for them, maybe some frustration on their faces. But that is this where, like, you put a lot of pressure on Kenny, I think, this year, right? Just sort of in a leadership role, maybe how to play the game to a degree?
I think so. I think the pressure will be there just because, like...
in-game especially, because, like, you know, when the coaching staff's not there.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy who sort of builds systems, and it does take some time in some titles, right? It hasn't been until the end of the year where they have clicked up, but for OpTic, maybe that's just what you need. And on the other end, I think for Pred, like, this team at times has just lacked some consistent sub slaying since like probably Scump, right? Obviously, like his retirement, like when he was in his prime, you knew what to expect from Scump. 1.1, 1.2.
No, like Shotzzy is a brilliant talent, but he hasn't been that. Like where you're just a lot.
Just a slaying slug, right? That is what you brought this guy in for.
Yeah,
Be a star. Just in that map number 1.
He might not look at the objective, but he drops a 1-1-1-2. All right.
And he looks good doing it. But yeah, Hydra gets the best of him there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough matchup. Hydra is a beast. It's been awesome just to see like some of the international spice and flavor that have come in as rookies and developed into these astounding players. Pred and Hydra, 2 of the biggest names to have done that. One from Australia, one from France, and what a treat they have been to watch. Hydra hitting it early on, and it's Pred that's going to catch it. That kind of worked out, huh?
Yeah, there is that gunfight, but your favorite part of this map, there's a lot of explosions. This kid is going to find Hydra with the oil tanker, able to take him down. Now a 2 versus 3 for Sib and Skyz.
Who's going to blow up to the map first?
Yeah, whether it's a red barrel, these oil tankers, you just never know. You have to be very aware of your surroundings.
Shotzzy just checking back and forth. They've got this 3v2. Sib and Skyz looking for openings around the map. Skyz, I thought for a second might take the one-on-one here, but you're gonna have to make a play at some point. 30 seconds left to go. Here we go.
This feels like OpTic's so split, right? Just no trade potential in these gunfights. And now a 1 versus 1 for Kenny, and a 3 versus 2 goes the Subliners' way. I mean, when Shotzzy gets taken down, you're hoping that Kenny or Dashy can find an angle to get that trade on the Skyz. Never happens. So we get into a vanilla 2 versus 2, and the gunfights go the way of NYSL.
Holy, I mean, just that POV too from Dash, like just a little tap and check the bomb, like in the timing of this slide through, and just gets fried off of it. Skyz with 2 in the round. That's already one you feel good about. You win the 2 versus 3. Good patience. You milk about 30 seconds before you start to make your plays. Now Pred, you can see the gun. He's like, all right, I gotta go. Sib, out of the round.
Yeah, just doesn't even like throw a nade or stun bottom blue, just ready for it. But while this is happening, Hydra's already around in the base of OpTic. So if you're Skyz, you need to wait. You have to wait. That is bombed down now as well. That will slow things down for OpTic. They're going to have to get that. And hello, now we're into another 2 versus 2 after the numbers went OpTic's way. Look at this. Who is that? Pred's trying to reflank it, but while that's going on, the reposition is here. So now if you are Dashy, you're just hoping that Pred can find an angle, find a player, and get that bomb.
There's a beautiful office setting. Dashy does get the pick onto Skyz. All right, so you give yourself a 2v1. This is going to be on Hydra, not a 1v2 clutch. Under 30 to go. Pred has acquired bomb. Pressured OpTic to plant. Pressure on Hydra to clutch in this scenario.
Did he spot that player? I don't think so. Top heli, maybe his teammates do, but bomb gonna get planted. Dashy now with the shots. Pred looking for the trade. He knows he's weak, and there we go, able to gun him down. I was a little bit nervous. A 4 versus 2 brought back into a 2v2, but Dashy with a critical kill to give them the round.
Yeah, what the pick on the Skyz. No, we didn't see it from our POV, but a huge one in that situation. Yeah, I couldn't tell. Like sometimes it's tough with Codcaster. Like, yeah, if Hydra got eyes on like both players, like what he saw, like I thought maybe he had vision on the player top heli, or he got horrible timing. He was very close to spotting him.
Yeah, sometimes like you've spectated your teammates before. You feels like a little delayed, or you're just looking at something else. You can give that call out to your teammate.
It's just with like the silhouette. I just can't I don't know. Sometimes I can tell for sure what people see. Sometimes I'm kind of guessing.
Yeah, I can never see anything, I swear.
Well, Kismet, they'll line up the first. Dashy tries to chow. The Hydra's already got mid-map. Hits through on the cross. Pred tries to find it, but he's already wrapped back to the pocket, and that's a much faster round. 4 up, 4 down. Peeling them apart and taking a 1-round edge.
It just feels like on these breakoffs for Subliners, they are always fighting together, right? Every time it feels like we're on an OpTic POV, they're in a gunfight, not a lot of help. So,
but like once they shoot, it's like a second person's hitting it, like quick, right?
Quick, yep.
Like the angles are there for the fast assist, and we haven't really seen it on the other side too much.
Saw that. That's all the info Kenny is looking for, so he knows this is probably.
They're hitting it fast, bro. They're going.
He only saw one player cross in that window. That's the intel. We're Pred on a Hydra, but we're into a 3-on-3 as Kismet finds another one on a Dashy. You hear Pred, he's not rocking covert sneakers. He's rocking the Daddy Field upgrade instead.
Oh my god. He's right above him. Oh, Pred's able to get it. Kismet now. Against the world. There's one. Finesse is back. You're in trouble now. Yeah. It was a slide away from one. You're into the angle of the other. Position is there from OpTic to close it out. To 2-2 we go. But yeah, no, good info and good read on the aggressive push. You saw the minimap. I mean, they were hitting it. 3 were sending it. But you said Kenny got info on the cross. Gun up and ready to get that first blood. Take control early for the numbers if you were OpTic. Yeah,
that's just what this game is all about. High-rise, invasion, terminal. It's all about these crosses.
Watch a cross, get info.
Yeah. How many players cross? Is there a smoke down? And how are we going to play off that?
You know what, Joe? You're smoking hot.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome, buddy.
You're a very handsome man as well.
Hydra's kind of lurking, coming to his team.
He's in a great spot here. Yeah, he's going to pounce and find 2, and then Shotzzy's like, all right, I got the trade. But they are ready for it. Dashy now with a potential 1 versus 4.
Oh! Imagine, just centered on his forehead.
And this is the thing with high rise. With the underground, with the jump ups, you can finesse so much
until you
like
can't
a Houdini.
Yeah. The explosive barrel might have got him if the shots didn't. He was tucked right against one. 3-2 now. And yeah, I saw Hydra, like, his eyes like lit up and he was just commenting to his team, like, I got a spy.
Yeah, wait. Got to that position. It's what he's always done just so well. Put himself in the positions to succeed. Find those easy kills.
Yeah, you can just see, like, he knew he had, like, freebies just by his face alone. Some damage in.
Maybe the needle
Oh!
But there is a trade.
That's a toss.
Yeah, with the bounce, but Shotzzy was able to find one of his own.
What was he on? 4 in a row? Some ways to go towards streaks, but building. Now 2v3 for Subliners. They clutched that 2v3 in round 1. They came close in a 2v4. There's been some sketchy rounds for OpTic when they have numbers. See if they can do a good job this time around. Pred is going hunting.
Yeah, I think Hydra shot at some point, so Pred's like, I'll try to find him. But now it is all down to Hydra, who is on 4 in a row. Gonna find the timing, but not the kill, and then here comes the rest of the team as OpTic able to trade him out.
Yeah, I was like, is he gonna try to win this, or is he gonna hide the corner for 40 seconds? We'll see how he plays it. But yeah, streaks in this game are, I don't know, not quite as powerful as they've been in some other titles. Well, because of trophies.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I mean, you and I have been casting. We've seen someone on 4 in a row that is tucked in a corner for a long time, depending on the title. Not going to happen there, though. All square again. Any big takeaways from the early going?
No, I think this is a great bounce back here from OpTic, right? It feels like they're,
well, there it is. I knew it was coming at some point.
Well, you think there's going to be like 3 or 4 that die to it at the same time?
I just know I've seen 2 like triples from a barrel. I was just hoping a whole team gets smacked at one point because that would make me laugh. But you're right, that was just a solo explosion. Dashy wins it close and personal there with Hydra. 3v2 for Subliners now. Pushing through on the hunt is Kismet. I think just slowly kind of trailing Dashy. 2 versus 2, and that 1v1 should develop. Yeah, so Kismet's finally able to hunt him down. I saw on the minimap he's just chasing him around to go to the 2v1. Now, Shotzzy, what can you do? Close some doors, make some plays. 35 to work with, pal. Let's see what you got.
Nobody really committing to bomb plants very often, right? Just waiting for a peek. This time, no, they are going to put it down. Just trying to find that info. Gonna get out. Kismet gonna go top propane. He gets that info. Does Kismet spot him?
It kind of looks like it. Maybe. He's got a hell of an arm.
Oh! He's alive? Oh, he's alive.
That looked like it hit, but I don't know if
blown up.
Any damage, yeah.
Shotzzy somehow gets it. Snaps, almost snaps onto the second.
I mean, he did snap onto the second. He just needed a couple more bullets.
It was that initial movement. It felt like he was trying to get on top of the generator, and it messed with the movement, but maybe gave him a chance.
No, I'll say the movement. Yeah, the movement like screwing up is the reason he had an opportunity, honestly, because it just looked probably kind of awkward from their POVs. He has bounced up, found like an interesting timing. And he probably needed, I didn't see how much damage he did. We got 3 bullets in or something, I think. That was a quick snap onto the second. You saw the talent on display there.
Now you hear the start of this round and what it
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, if you didn't know, actually Maven did the sound effects of this game.
Yep, worked very hard on those. Just for this map.
Nobody died though. Early 30 seconds off the clock. We have Kismet going for this outer route. Simp with the first blood. Oh, Fred ready for it.
It sure is.
Not ready for that though.
I thought he was going to lose aBeZy a little bit there on the railing for just a second, but he was able to regain it. Dashy now. Let's see what for the 1 versus 2. Got a couple tags in, but it's a round of subliners.
And again,
1 round away from the 2-0 edge.
When they are making those plays, there is always another player alongside of them, whether just right there, right? Kismet saying, hey, I'm going to hop up, get ready for a trade. Hydra was coming up from underground, coming up from blue, has that trade. With
Maybe a little advantage in the small talk when you're a world championship team for the most part.
Oh, no doubt about it.
It's just like, it is a much bigger change that OpTic did versus this team. You should be a little bit ahead, I would think, in like the communication department and little stuff like that, right?
Especially between those two.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Nobody to drop yet. So looking for that first blood. Hydra on 8 and 5 might have the first fight here. Oh, drops to the corner. Shotzzy's just hold it. But once again, there we've been talking about that smoke ended up being brilliant, because that would have been that same type of trade and able to get away, but the smoke cuts off the angle, able to finesse, and then the help is there at range for Texas. 3-1 advantage.
I think Kismet gets spotted, but Shotzzy able to find him. Spots him, so they're ready for it. Kismet with a rifle in his hand as well. Not going to be possible. Shotzzy chases him through. And there we go. And I think just from OpTic, you could tell they're probably saying, listen, no matter what, we need to be near one another, ready for a trade. Because that time, as soon as Shotzzy started to fight, there was multiple arrows inbound in that position.
Yeah, it seemed a little different, right? And it looked a little tougher because of smoke from Simp's POV. Good luck. Get it tied up and get us to around 11. We had 1 in our first series of the day. Can we get another today? Just shots at range. Thus far from the MCWs. Shotzzy trying to play behind the height. Skyz is crawl backwards, son.
What is it? So he is breaking the window and
just barely outside the ledge, I guess, can get an angle onto him. It seems like Shotzzy and Skyz are playing tag right now.
I know, I'd definitely fall off doing that.
100%, I'd be falling to my death, yeah. I'd be like Spider-Man, but like fat, bald Spider-Man, just fall and die.
Shotzzy and Kenny. Nobody have OpTic the advantage. 5 HP is Kenny able to get out. While this is going on, Kismet trying to find an angle, trying to work the flank. But you see how powerful Top Propane is, just able to see all over the map.
Yeah, just so much ability to just get prone and finesse as well. Just take people's attention. Kismet, though, may have found the timing. Couldn't quite finish the kill. He's got to get away. Shots coming in from everywhere. One lines up in front, not able to do it. Skyz last up, not getting it done. Take us the whole way to around 11.
And I feel like sometimes, because, you know, they only use movement attachments on the Renetti, right, under the sort of their GAs. So it's like sometimes you feel like I'm going to use this pistol, get an easy kill, and get out. But I think it's a little bit easier with the MCW. We talked to Crowder about that. Like sometimes it gives you that false confidence. Yeah. They had different attachments. Yeah, probably.
Oh, it's like a 1-2 pop, just cannon, right?
But yeah, no doubt about it.
They're not using the same Renetti you are in pubs, put it that way.
No.
Round 11, here we go. Who's going to be the playmaker?
Well, it's really slowed down these last 3 to 4 rounds.
Oh, Preg gets smoked by one nade, but just gets away. Simp with the first blood, though. On to Dashy. Daddy out.
You want to make a play. Looks like he spots Simp. And that is just, Kismet is just reading that, just ready for it. Can he, though? Makes this a 2-on-3, a winnable round here for OpTic. I love this spot, too, from Shotzzy, right? You can see that cross.
Look at him go. Look at that wiggle. He's on 4 in a row. Can he keep this streak going for the win? 2 versus 3, though. Time dwindling. Under 30 seconds to play.
Oh, and that's just the worst timing possible because he's on that bomb. Shotzzy had the cross to B. He was just ready for it, but he jumps over those players, and now he's left in a 1-on-3.
He's probably so confused when that bomb first gets planted, just based on like how it looked. It's so awkward, the timing. Ooh, almost giving out haircuts, but not quite enough. Simp with the first blood in the round 11. Some awkward timing there for Shotzzy at the tail end of the round. It's a win for Subliners, now up 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, it all starts with that first blood, and then at that moment, New York kind of know, hey, they have to make a play somewhere on the map. They try to take something back from us, and Kismet just waits. He waits for the pop. Just, I mean, great play from Kismet. Nobody really stands out on the New York side. Just a great team effort, really, from both ends. Just so back and forth. But New York able to win that round 11.
Yeah, I think like Hydra early might have been kind of runaway numbers-wise, but yeah, by the end of it, definitely a team effort, but a very close map. They kind of ran away with the hard point a bit at the end, but tight throughout it there. Round 11 goes the distance. It's an interesting map. I don't know. Like, it just plays because of all the explosive barrels, explosions on the map. You know, there's sort of, I feel like a lot of rounds kind of start a little bit slow, just sort of waiting for the entire map to blow up. Then everyone looks for their openings.
Yeah, it's just a question of, do you want to take a risk somewhere on the map, right? An underground hit, B street hit, whatever it is. But when you don't commit to it, it can get a little crazy with all the mantling and whatnot in this game.
Absolutely can, but that'll do it for the second map. Series not done though. First to 3. Who is going to take the control? While OpTic battle back. Is this team just filled to the brim with talent, looking to get things clicking within this series, but a tough opponent. Your world champions from last year, controller player of the year in Hydra. They are looking strong thus far. Up 2-0. We'll be right back.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Don't miss out on all the action at the first Call of Duty League Major, hosted by the Boston Breach, this January 25th to the 28th at the MGM Music Hall at Fenway in Boston. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to callofdutyleague.com for more info.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's been a fantastic day.
Yeah.
Day one of many days. I don't know exactly how many days we have in the season, but I'm very excited about all of them.
I don't know either. I have no idea how to count that. I don't work on a league outside anymore, so I don't know. But yeah,
It's been awesome to be back.
I know this is day one.
That's about all we know. But hey, hope you guys are enjoying the show at home. Listen, I usually be like, we have so much more action coming tonight. We might not. We might have one more map. I'm not really sure, but guess what? We have action tomorrow. We've got action Sunday, the week after that, and after that, and after that. It's going to be a great time. If you are a Call of Duty esports fan,
I'm going to correct you
for
because
watching.
after next week we have a holiday break.
Okay, I am a liar. That's a good point. We do. Never mind, we have Christmas.
I'm going to give you a tip, everyone. Just never listen to what he says.
Yeah.
That's
Yo,
what
am I
would
still
do.
dressed up as Santa for your kid, dude? I'm going to come and go, ho, ho, ho.
Maybe.
All right, I'm dressed up as Santa. I'm ready, dude.
figure that out
I'll get one of
another
those big
time.
white beards and stuff.
Let's lock it down.
Good point, Joe. Map 3. Time to get a rocket. OpTic looking to bounce back.
This is what someone's like, these guys just goof around too much. They're in-game knowledge.
Well, between maps, I'll say whatever I want. Hydra, well, he's shooting whatever he wants. The beams are on point, shots he's getting dropped, and now looking for openings on the point is Hydra. You'll see him bottom left of the map, just looking for an angle, and he'll catch Shotzzy sprinting. Shotzzy so far is spawned up twice and just ran into Hydra.
That is just that's a different thought process than me, man. Just finds that kill immediately in the enemy spawn. But we haven't seen Karachi control today. But I would say I think it's winnable for both sides. You know, this is an offensive. I mean, if you get control of B, right, the defensive team has to try to retake from both of those alleyways, either jump over that dumpster or try to go top plat. It is not easy whatsoever. But New York, they're kind of playing around the slays, and Hydra is just right back to the defensive base. I mean, this is just what this guy wants to do.
He wants to be annoying as hell, I think is what it seems like.
Yeah, but
just catch you off spawn, but you're still sprinting to get back to the action.
well, that happens. He gets taken down, so do two of his teammates. So only one take done at A, and Skyz has just been hanging out at that cafe, just waiting for his teammates to get over there.
Yeah, like, boys.
I've ordered us dinner.
Yeah, is anyone to
Yeah.
come eat with me? I'm all by my lonesome. No one been able to get there yet. His OpTic continues. Got through the lines. Hydra, I shot Skyz. Finally, his dinner date is over. He ended by himself. He had to pay the entire tab, and he is out of the mix. Kenny just throwing haymakers like he's young Mike Tyson, laying people out, and Sib there with the double. 20 seconds to go, though. Not a lot of progress offensively.
You know, maybe some concerns around AR Kenny. I would not have any the way he has been shooting, especially in these respawns. Only 11 seconds left. One player in Kismet able to get over towards B to at least pause that clock. The rest of his teammates trying to get there, but look at this pinch here by Shotzzy. It looks like Skyz, though, is ready for it, at least turned around for a second. But now, you're just waiting for Shotzzy. He could end the round right here. What kind of timing does he get? Finds the first.
Just a little pistol pre-fire pop. Trying to hit it inside. Not able to, and Hydra will drop him. Still 9.2 on the clock, and what may have been like, what, 2 ticks only for Subliners? Suddenly you've got 2 points of progress on both. Lives department, you're basically even, so you've still got a chance to do this. You should have A lockdown. That's about to finish. The pressure has been there, and now we go. The B side pressure enough to open up A.
And while this is happening, Hydra's in the spawn again. I mean,
shocking.
Just looking for the players off the spawn from OpTic, trying to go for that pinch. Skyz is going to find the first Pred, though. Winning a couple of these key gunfights. He has done it multiple times onto Hydra. Looking for those spawn kills, but 50 seconds left, 9 versus 9.
Oof. Thought he maybe had one. The crossfire comes in. Back to spawn we go. Trying to get aggressive on spawn a bit. Looks like Shotzzy and Pred.
Oh, that hit him. That stuck him. So Shotzzy with 2.
Beautiful stuff there from Shotzzy. And that gives it, I mean, they're big kills because you get a 3 life advantage now. 8 versus 5, 25 to go. Explosions all over the screen. Pred with another big kill in the clutch moments.
I think Dashy somehow avoided that frag, though. So now 7v4. In New York, they're going to have to go. They're going to have to attack this objective. OpTic just need to play together. And there we go. There's a team shot from Shotzzy and Pred. But these are the moments where New York can be so clutch.
No.
That's going to be 3 dead. Kenny now.
Oh, no.
Kenny's going to try to stop this, and he does. Finds 1. But Hydra and Skyz still alive. Does the nade connect? It weakens him. There's a team nade as well. So the nades are there. It's 0.0. Skyz gets taken down, and OpTic, they hold on in round 1.
Oh, my God. Shotzzy with 1. The follow-up, the nade, I mean, it's Kenny. Kenny with the shots and the nade probably is what does it. I mean, he gets the damage through to set it up for the other guys. But a wild into that control. In one that looked like it was going to be done 3 minutes ago. Like, they had what? It was like 10 seconds left. They had 2 ticks of progress, something like that total, and it came down to that. So, I mean, great job, I guess, from New York getting the extra progress, but then great ice from OpTic to make sure they don't get the round win.
Yeah, sort of 7v4 or 8v4. New York made that last push, almost made it happen.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can take a little bit of a win from both sides, but the fact is the round win goes to OpTic.
I'm kind of in this mid-map stalemate for both teams. Pred just kind of lurking through bottom fountain right now. Well, he's going to find 2 kills. Immediately after
Freddy's
that,
hungry.
Kenny's going to get right on this A point.
And he's going to have a lot of company here soon. As he gets dropped to look for the clearance of a bit of progress, but he did get 1 tick done. And Shotzzy's movement there, I'm not sure he hit a bullet, but he was moving.
Yeah, you kind of see, I mean, as soon as you get on this 8 point, that forces the defense to come out of their positions. You just have to be ready for those trades from top 3. Shotzzy's shooting well, though, 14 and 10. And throughout this sort of hotel area, my man's been cooking.
Tries to get right back to the fight, but it's Kismet with the wallbang that'll shut him down. Oh, the timing there, just like I thought he was going to hold the ADS for a moment, but Kenny will be on the receiving end of that one. Leaking all the way behind is going to be Dashy, who's now set up at B. He's like we saw Skyz earlier in the round, but now he's got help a little bit faster. The boys want to meet him at dinner, Joe.
No, I mean, the whole team is here. Yeah. And you kind of have what Hydra was trying to do from Shotzzy, so he spawns him out further. Pred's watching the pinch. You only have, what, 2 players on it now? So it's going a little bit slow. 1 tick of progress done. And it looks like the 1 player maybe to kind of stop this is going to be Simp. Simp is on the pinch. Him and Skyz both going to find kills. This is what New York need to retake B.
And they'll do just that. They break on through. The Renetti hits. You know, he talked about being a movement Renetti, but Skyz has got no problem picking up the kills. And yeah, I mean, looking at that, like they were on the point. Like Pred was kind of like the off guy that was trying to slow them down and find kills. He got 1, and then just couldn't continue to be annoying. They're able to push through and get presence.
I mean, well, first of all, OpTic go right back to B. Now you only have, well, looks like that second tick's not done, so the time is going to extend. But yeah, when you're watching those pinches, you have middle of the map. You can go top red, bottom red. On the pinch, you go top red. There's just a lot of different timing that could not go your way. But the kills are going OpTic's way. 14 and 9 now. Life advantage. The Shotzzy with the nade and the shot combo.
That's a thing of beauty. 18 and 12 now for Shotzzy. 19th dialed up. 2 more pushing him. Timing just a little awkward. He looks right. They come left. But it's OpTic Texas that are able to get the win. Shotzy's got the pressure on Spawn, slowing him down. And OpTic fighting back in this series.
You can see the potential right from both ends. This is it's a pretty 50-50 map, right? Like you have opportunities on both sides.
Feels like more than invasion for sure.
Yeah. It's a little mixy, especially around that hotel area. Just, what timings do you get with all the 2-story buildings, different alleyways?
Shotzzy led the way through our first 2 rounds. But New York 2-0 up in the series. Let's see if they can start to bring it back. So close in that round 1, but the clutch from OpTic massive. Oh. He's right back to it, Joe.
Wow. I mean, great shots from Kenny, but I imagine a lot of the times are, Hydra's probably in our base. Be ready for him to be in this position. I mean, Shotzzy was doing it on the other end, so those sub players just going on those flanks, trying to find people jumping off a spawn. But again, just a fight for middle of the map. 1 life difference here. Skyz
nice
top
shots.
3. The team shot comes in from middle alley. Almost 3 dead, but Dashy's headshot connects.
Yeah, say if Sky's on his head, he might get that one there, but that's the difference. Sib just in the objective, in the points. And we're kind of wondering, you know, it's going to be objected by committee at times. So replacing a player like Priestahh, if you were Sib, I don't know, did put more pressure on Skyz to be in the objective. Was Sib going to maybe pick up that role a little bit? We are curious to see how it plays out over time.
I mean, Sib's just going to do whatever the heck this team does, right? What wants him to do.
If you're coming into a world champion, I think, right? Like, what do you guys need me to do?
All you want me to play, I am with it. Your system works, so I'm just going to shoot as straight as I can. But OpTic, they defend A before it is completed. Kismet, it is his turn to go for a couple of spawn kills. Able to find one, but the timings just have not gone New York's way. Every time they have pushed that alley.
And that's what's tough too, you know, with the respawn timer and stuff and control, like just getting the timing exactly right on when they're going to be coming off of it. So you can end up getting 2 or 3 kills, or you can end up leaving something wide open. But it's similar to the first round, the sense that they've got like 2 ticks, times dwindling, and this is when there was a heroic effort. Live's a little bit different though. It's even now versus what they were a little bit of a hole last time through.
I'll tell you what, Shotzzy is shooting right now. It feels like he is warmed up, and they're going for the retake now. With Pred winning that one-on-one, pressure on New York to get done with this 8 point, extend it for a minute. Kenny still locking it down. Kenny with 2. He has done this again. But there we go.
That head eat looks so nuts from that angle.
It is wild.
You don't even see a head. You see like, you wouldn't even see me because I don't have hair. You barely see like a hairline like that. Dude, it is bonkers.
Nice awareness though there from NYSL to find Shotzzy in their base. Dashy though. Gonna turn this into a 7 versus 9.
Well, it's kind of awkward. Shotzzy bump knees as they round the corner. A team kill comes in behind Pred as his Simtex takes out Kenny.
4v8.
And this was, part of the difference I was saying a little bit earlier. Like, the lives are in a much better place than last time. They didn't have to have the same maybe heroic effort. Now, no respawns remaining. You just get sliced down. 1 player left on OpTic. He will fall. In New York, this time around, they're able to take the offense.
And OpTic almost had that.
I mean, it's pretty... there's a lot of similarities that first offensive round, honestly, for New York.
Yeah, just comes down to the time limit. Able to clutch up at A. Kenny almost found 3. Like, maybe if he has one more teammate to watch that middle alley, they have a chance to shut that down. But New York stay alive.
Well, when we switched like POVs there, like for a second, I thought he like killed everybody. Because you're like Kenny with 2, and like we saw the angle of the person trying to like shoot his head didn't look great. So I'm like, is he about to 3-piece him up? But he dropped right during it. Stun, and the jump well doesn't work when you're stunned up, buddy. Nice opener from OpTic, and the information behind the stun leads to a kill for Shotzzy. Great start. Shotzzy up to 25.
And well, now they have to find Shotzzy. Able to take him down as he takes down 1, but look what this does. This just relieves so much pressure on the map. 2 players on A almost done. Are New York even going to go for this? No, all the focus is going to be on B.
That's the fastest hit we've had so far. Well, fastest success. And that's off the opener. You get, what, 3 or 4 down? We've seen that so many times in Control. You have a flawless opening, you get a point to go with it. So now you've got a 4-life advantage. You have, what, 2 minutes or so to work with. You're feeling damn good if you're OpTic. Close this out here and push us to a map 4.
Yeah, things will slow down here a bit. With Hydra's position, you're going to see OpTic start to spawn towards the bottom right side of your mini-map. Right? They're going to have to take some longer routes. They're already here. Kenny, Shotzzy, Pred all win their one-on-ones, and now it's down to Hydra. The person playing forward in the OpTic base has to come back and try to help his teammates. And now look at this, all through this dumpster alley. This is not fun. We've all been here, but somehow they get through. They find that first kill. They're using their teamwork and their nades, but Kenny's still ready for it.
Yep, just keeps on shooting. The pre-fire there for the last, just funneling through over and over again and maybe putting in the blender. Finally, the pressure may be here. Sib knocks over 2. And they'll clear them out of the point for now, but you've still got almost 2 minutes to work with, a 6-life advantage. Things just getting better and better. You're watching like an NFL game or something, you see like the percentage of who's got a chance to win. It's increasing moment by moment here for OpTic.
Props to New York. I don't know how they got out of that alleyway. I mean, I thought they were done for sure, but able to slow things down. Still,
but has the damage been
lives.
done?
Yeah, still down by, well, now 4 lives. OpTic right back to it.
So far, they're holding. This would be a hell of a hold. It's like, can they get back the lives? Can they keep chipping away at it, bring us back to even? Because
Because OpTic have maintained around a 4 or so life advantage, and they're still doing it here.
A lot of these roaming one-on-ones, though, that we saw in map 1 go the way of New York, going the way of OpTic here. Pred and Shotzzy with those SMG.
Skyz.
But Skyz is chilling. He's got 5 in a row.
Toying with him. They send him back to respawn again. It's just reset after reset. 2 life advantage now. Dwindling bit by bit, Joe.
There's another push. Man advantage here for OpTic. Trying
Guys, do it again.
For dear life. And trading effectively is New York.
8v6, 20 seconds to go. Just 1 tick needed for OpTic. They're able to stop the clock here for a moment. Trying to snap back in the back alley is Skyz. Hydra now there. They've been trading 5v4. Down to 1 life advantage. Shotzzy holding the back dumpsters. There's multiple to deal with. Kismet able to get over the wall. Now up to Kenny. He's going to get dropped. 2 versus 3.
Yeah, but they
2 versus 2. 4 seconds to go.
Well, so now it's a 1v1.
Dashy able to win it. 1 versus 2. 1 versus 1. Texas gets it. I gotta see the end. Like, hop back. I need to see how the final kill went down.
Well, I think he just comes off his spawn. The last player comes off his spawn. Like, yeah, it was a 2v2, but the one player was off spawn for OpTic. The fact that Dashy gets that kill with the Renetti on the point, pauses the clock, gives, I think it was Shotzzy time to come off his spawn and get that win.
I gotta see that again, because it's just chaos in there at that point.
There were so many trades back and forth.
We're just hopping around, seeing who's getting the kill. At that point, I'm just calling who's left in the match, for God's sake. Wow, what a wild one there, but it keeps OpTic alive. So let's see this again. So yeah, I was like looking at the lives, I'm looking at the minimap. I was relying on you to see that, and it's what? Well, wait till this gets dwindled down a little bit to see how the final seconds play out. It slows down our brains a bit after the frantic finish.
Yeah, it's like OpTic have the advantage, but the numbers, right, are on the point, are here for New York. You can see that it is very sort of split if you're OpTic. You have 1 player pushed up, couple of players off a spawn. And this is where it gets mixy. It's a 4 versus 2. Hydra and Simp trying to do what they can. And
so
look,
Shotzzy,
right here,
it is Shotzzy.
It's a 1v2 for Dashy pretty much. But he's able to find the first, and he pauses the clock. Just a couple of more seconds. Shotzzy off his spawn is like,
and who was it that just slid by? Like, if you would have been able to get the
Hydra.
trade, but you just slid too far by. If you just like peek that, well, you might just get popped if you peek that too, but
It might have still been weak.
Look at Hydra, just like, it's gotta be a frustrating one.
But OpTic stay alive in the series. A great control right there.
Yeah, I mean, our smart little dose of control we've had so far, that was a blast compared to maybe Invasion or something like that. Nuts. Absolutely nuts to tail end as we take a look at the statistics. Thank you, broadcast team, for a quick replay. We gotta slow that down and break down how it finishes. It was a madness there on Karachi. Sib with 34, Shotzzy doing his thing at 32. Damage-wise, I mean, Kenny led the way for OpTic. 7,000 for Sib. 7,000.
Yeah, I think that's the highest we have seen today, no doubt about it. But I think the difference from game 1 is your subs got going. Shotzzy and Pred, they started winning more one-on-ones, and you can see that in the Hydra stat line, in the Kismet stat line. Those sort of lurking, roaming gunfights started to go their way. And Hydra, he was in positions. Just some timings didn't go his way. Every time, we were like, he's in the spawn, and that could be 2 kills for you, or you get taken down.
And that's also something with New York that's going to be, it's just a little bit different. Like we were talking about, with you go from a player from Priestahh to Sib. Listen, Priestahh is a phenomenal talent, but he wasn't usually the guy on this team that was putting up 7,000 damage and leading the way in kills. Like he had his moments, but he didn't really need to be. Just filling gaps, doing the dirty work. That's what he was a lot of the times. So like Sib now, he comes in and 7,000 damage is a lot of damage. Like my guy is shooting, but like it's just different. Like a different component in this team versus having Priestahh. That's to be something I have to work on.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, some of those rounds they almost pulled them out.
And I think that's what you talk about the coach talking about a pack-a-punch. Like, I get
that's it. That's the example of it.
I get it. But
shoots very straight.
You didn't get the map win, so it's just gonna take some time, and we'll see. We see how it continues to work out. But monster map individually, but we continue on in this series.
Yeah, I'm happy about that, right? We're going to Terminal Hardpoint now. These 2 teams, it feels like the subs of OpTic have gotten going, but should be mainly ARs as we have seen throughout the day.
And we'll get ready for the Terminal. But this has just been, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I think these are 2 teams. Okay, I've been excited to see basically everybody because everyone made a change when you talk about the CDL, but OpTic especially, just, kind of this post-Scump world we're living in, all the talent that comes in. Pred for us has been one of the more fun players to commentate. I mean, I'll never forget some of the moments we had back in Vanguard. I damn near lost my voice screaming about his plays.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah. Kenny is just, listen, we'll just be biased. We love Kenny. Just as a player and a person, like, he is sensational. So we've been really excited to see what he's going to do. And how will the World Champs thing go? Would you make a change after a win?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I kind of get it, right? Because there's a couple of ways to look at it. Not only are you getting Sib for his skill, but when you bring someone new in, that player is motivated because they didn't win last year, right? And it brings an energy to a team that is coming off a world championship. It's like, hey, let's lock back in. I want to do it again, right? I want to do it with this squad. So I think it's a great thing for the team environment in itself.
And he's a bad man. Look at him right now. Like, he's cold. His name's Dante. Like,
yeah, he's a cool dude. There's no doubt about it.
I just want to be as cool as him one day.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. His name's Dante.
No, yeah.
That's awesome.
You're old. So.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
But game is ready. We'll get into it before we go too far off the rails. Thank you, everybody, for watching at home. To Terminal we go. OpTic trying to bring it back in this series, tie us up at 2-2. Maybe we'll get to a map 5. We had one to start it off. We'll see if we can get the whole way there, baby.
Why not?
Bum, bum, bum. I mean, the first time we casted this one, it was interesting. I mean, no one got over 20 kills. It's that sort of like game within a game with just your trophies. And
yeah, there weren't a lot of mistakes in the match number 1, but we saw in last series between Thieves and Surge, there was some brace.
That one was a lot more fun in a way.
Yeah.
Sometimes Call of Duty, the more mistakes that are made, it's like more entertaining. Same with like a football game, like more mistakes, they usually is a little more entertaining. Just how it is.
No doubt about it. His trades go down 2 for 2, so nobody gonna be on the hill. Shotzzy just making sure P2 is controlled for OpTic. Well, in New York, they're gonna have to try to push on through towards this area, but gonna be difficult to do so. Dashy just hanging out, making sure his teammates are watching over him. No trophies in the game yet.
He had 4 HP. Yeah, he's like, guys, cover me. And he's able to bounce back and get a kill before he is blown to pieces by the frag grenade that comes rolling through from Sib. Quality shots there out of Kenny to take down a second before he falls, but now we look to the mini-map and the upcoming rotation. First person kind of set up bottom for P2 is going to be Shotzzy. His teammates starting to lurk across and help, and you've got the position here right now for OpTic is Kenny on 5 in a row.
And look at this, with Shotzzy's position, you're spawning top S-keys. You gotta go all the way across the map. Now maybe mid-hall's a little bit vulnerable here, but New York doesn't know that, right? Because we're in Joedecieves, they're not. So you have 2 players set up in the back with Pred and Kenny, and while they are taking them down, that is going to be 3 dead. Sib, the last player alive. And with Shotzzy's position, you just have to work all the way across the map. Is Kenny on 7 in a row? There is that cruise. AR Kenny going off.
Yeah, I think maybe you were worried if that funnel came down mid-map, maybe Shotzzy takes a little while to track over, but he never had to move. The other boys had it on lock. Now, you do get the clearance at least for an upcoming P3, but the damage has been done. You are rolling right now if you are Texas and behind a monster start from Kenny. They'll get the rest of this time. Now see how they're maybe able to handle the play. And Shotzzy trying to get in, but that didn't look like a fun. Well, I mean, led to a team kill, right? So chalk him up with a kill.
Yeah, you don't want 1 for 1, but New York here, they have to respond with a good hold of their own. A 50-point lead here for OpTic, and Pred just goes for it. He just sends it, able to take down 1. He weakens up Hydra down to 39 HP, and maybe that is just a heads-up call. Hey, let's go for it, and then it's all 4 dead and the break. So they knew that they were weak in the setup. Let's hit the front of the plane, and they found that opening.
You don't see that all that often, but they just hit it. Yeah,
all right, well, guys, I just hyped that up, and y'all just died right after. Heck.
You thought maybe getting into their setup, but smoked out of it right after they did the same thing.
I was hyping them up.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I was saying you don't see it all that often. It happens again, like literally 2 seconds later. So there we go.
Okay, so New York
beauty of Call of Duty esports.
Well, not going to tie the game up because you had OpTic in there for a little bit, but over towards Røkkr, OpTic already set up.
You've got Shotzzy and Dashy playing around the hard point, kind of watching that long security lane. It'll be Pred and Kenny. Everybody pushing up through Eskies. You lose both players, I mean, basically for free. Kenny gets 1. Now, you still have to get across, which can be tough because you've got eyes here, and now the spawn's coming in. It's like step 1, get the kills. Step 2 is to get across.
Yeah, and like maybe on a map that goes back and forth, you're okay with this if you're in New York, but the problem is you need back security for the last hill because we're going right over to bookstore. So it's like we kind of still have to push through this lane, and now maybe with 2 dead, you try to get that time, you get down if you are Kismet, and you hope that your team has a trophy as Hydra gets in a P2.
Yeah, I mean, this worked out pretty good from a
I
timing
didn't see if he
standpoint.
spawned there or if he was just able to sneak on through, but OpTic do deal with it.
So what you get the final 30 or so seconds. Lead change now over to Subliners. Next hard point. Here we go.
Nice little slide and snap there from Skyz. And inside the hard point, Dashy gonna win the one-on-one. Hydra just kind of waiting for maybe Shotzzy to roam. Pushing towards that middle of the hall, but they have to group on up. And you see Pred's position. So even top SGs, when you start to rotate on over, you have a lot to deal with. This crossfire is insane for OpTic because Kenny's looking over Shotzzy. Shotzzy has the main hallway. Does he take it down? Here comes the push for New York. Nice shots from Simp.
Yeah, and that's just sort of your impetus to go between both players. Like, they double chow out. Always going to be difficult fights to win. Sib makes him pay. Kenny trying to snap back, but not able to do it. He'll drop. New York Subliners regain control with 20 seconds to go. And kind of all over the map right now, if you were Subliners, you got, well, one top left, all the way towards where you have one set up in the plane, one spawning Eskies. Next hard point's gonna pop, and I'm just looking where Sib is right now. He's kind of on an island.
Yeah, it's like you had a chance there if you were in New York, but now down 20 points, we're headed back towards P1. You just have to try and flip this map. So difficult to do. And if you can't do it, you try to get as much time as possible here at P1.
I swear, some people's Renees hit a little bit better, but Dashy is a very accurate man.
Sure, the headshots help.
No, they do. But it's always been like that for him with an AR. Sometimes I swear, I swear he's killed in 1 bullet less. The guy just does not miss. Just kind of a standstill as everyone trying to get towards this hard point. Shotzzy now looking for the angle. That just, something hit him in the forehead.
I'm trying to watch the pitch. It looks like Hydra's trying to make a move on the other side of your map. Maybe you're gonna have a one-on-one with Kenny, but Kenny just being very patient. And there is the pop-up. Kenny wins the gunfight. This is just a bit discipline you want to see from OpTic on this rotation.
Yep, let him get this time. All that matters is the rotation. Discipline there, as you said.
Shoulders.
Give a little shake and bake.
This kid's, yeah, I mean, nice movement from him. And now maybe a chance. You have a 3-on-2 around the hill. You see where OpTic spawns. It's all down to Pred. Pred trying to do what he can. Maybe having a moment, but there is the break for New York. A huge break for them here at P2.
Yeah, I mean, considering what you invest in that, the disciplines you said for Texas to kind of hold, be ready for the next point, and you get the break on through. There's been a couple of big breaks. OpTic, unfortunately, when you get it at the plane hill, gets broken again right after it. This one, what can Subliners turn into time-wise? And it looks like this is going to be, what, 40 or so seconds they're going to get? You're talking like an 80-second swing.
Yeah, just taking a look at the scoreboard. We have a bit of a pause as you can see OpTic going to get set up. Yeah, Kenny 22 kills, again leading the way.
I mean, he's leading the way by a margin right now in the lobby.
Yeah, he's had a great series for OpTic in his debut. And the other side, just a very balanced effort from the Subliners.
Hydra thought he was maybe sneaking up the ramp.
Sometimes it's the best way,
yeah.
Honestly. If you're playing Search and Destroy, you climb up a ladder or you go up the stairs. Actually, the ramp feels like the area you can find the most timings.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it's about. PowerPoint, it's just catching a timing. He tried to. Oh, hi. Hello. Nope, bye. Hi.
Well, there's some timing. There's the trades. A teammate from Kiz just up and down waiting for the squad, and there is another break.
My guy's a gopher.
That's playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah. But once again, they're able to get behind that, like these little breaks, just leading to 20 to 40 seconds in spots. And this is when it's like, okay, right? Like, you've got a 50-point advantage. You're up over 200. Like, those points are starting to matter a lot. But this is the stretch. You see the left side control from OpTic Texas. This is where you can really rally and chain something together here.
Yeah, it is not over yet.
No, absolutely not.
Set up, Dashy already inside. One player trying to work the pitch. That's going to be Hydra. The rest of the teammates in the book over towards vending. So it looks like New York going to have this side of the map maybe they want for P5. Or is OpTic gonna try to push this out? It looks like off a spawn, Pred through bookstore does get caught. But OpTic just holding down the hill. He's on 5, make it 6, and there's gonna be a cruise for him.
We'll see if the cruise will come into play. What he's able to get behind it, but some clean shots at first, but Shotzzy's able to take that fight ultimately. 20 seconds now between the two teams and just over 20 left. Inside of our hard point, Pred working behind multiple, little slide and snap to maybe hit a third, but Kismet doesn't let it happen.
Well, you're gonna see another lead change here. New York gonna have to have a break. It's one of those things, like, depending on how this result is, like that plate push, I almost wonder if you just give that up.
Yeah.
Realistically, right? You did so much work at B2. You just say, hey, I think you can spawn out there. We're just gonna go set up at Røkkr. But maybe they can clutch on up through a break.
Yeah, maybe it's just like you've been breaking all map. Maybe you're just thinking you've got another break in you.
Yeah, Cruz is gone, finds nothing. Kenny and Pred find the kills. 20 more seconds for OpTic,
Nice
and we're heading to a
shots.
map 5.
Nice shots, clean there from Shotzzy. Kismet getting caught on the cross. Kenny approaching 30 kills. We saw nobody over 20 in our first terminal ARP when we casted to start the day, but this time we've got people popping off. 5 more seconds to go. 5 in a row for Kenny before he falls as well. Dashy inside, locking it down. Nobody close, and OpTic get us to a map 5. I think you might be right. Like, you know, as good as the break looked, and I was thinking at the time, like, this 20 points get you over 200, you're up like 50, but then it's funny because right as I said that, I looked at the map, I'm like, oh yeah, but they've got like upside control, and this map is this map, and you just can lock it down for so long.
Yeah, I mean, props to OpTic. They just said, screw it. You know, it's fine. They broke it. Let's get set up early at Røkkr. You had 3 players in that area. There was a chance, I think, for New York where they had a bit of a pinch, but the players held on. But Kenny with the 30 bomb, almost 5,000 damage. Outside of that, I mean, the scoreboard looks pretty similar between the rest of the other 7 players. Hydra 13 and 24, not a stat line we see for him, but this is kind of what I mean. Map number 1, Karachi, you're running around with a sub. Hydra's doing his thing. Perfect. But on a map like this, where he's got to play sort of slow, disciplined, every time he tried to make a pinch or a flank, read by OpTic, they were ready for it. And that's just the limitations of Terminal Hardpoint.
No, it is. I mean, yeah, they couldn't be like more different when you're kind of talking 100%. About like play style and how they'll line up from a weapon standpoint, but just sensational stuff there. As OpTic, they get us to a map 5. You know, it starts a little bit slow. You have a really rough round 11. You beat up a little bit on Karachi, but after that, the fantastic stuff. Now we've got a breakup coming, and then we get to the map 5 here between your world champs in New York and OpTic, the new look team looking to make some noise. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break.
off the season strong with the Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL Operator, Weapon Blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now. Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Here we go. It is a 5th and final map to close out our inaugural day of the season. It's the first day. It's been a banger. We've had a lot of great maps. We've had a whole hell of a lot of fun. Thank you for those watching at home. And now we see how it ends here. We got a long season ahead of us. I know it's still early, but I'm having a blast.
That's all that matters, right? Yeah. We got a second game 5 of the day. OpTic New York. OpTic, they look great in games 3 and 4. I mean, you know, Kenny really stepping up since map number 1 in that AR role, but then the subs, especially in control. But we saw from map number 2, New York, they were just so on top of the trades and how they were taking fights in search to destroy. Can OpTic be a little bit tighter here in this game number 5?
Well, they were looking really good on terminal. Different mode, I know, but we'll stay here and see if you just keep those fights going your way. Kenny was just masterful in that map 4.
This is just a tough offensive map.
He's just littering.
You really have to use that smoke. And look at this position Hydra gets into. There's not an early challenge. And Scott is ready for that peek. And he's like, all right, guys, well.
Kenny has spent 10 seconds crawling just to have his face ripped off by Skyz.
Yeah, and it's I don't know if you expect Hydra here, but now you do. Dashy, the stun is going to connect, but he is out of there. Just able to escape, but I think just playing some tournaments and wagers and playing with Octane, he's like, dude, every time I spawn up on offense and search on terminal, I know I'm not gonna have a great time. I gotta do something I don't want to do, and that's really what it is. You have to try to make a push with the smoke towards one of these sites, and it's just not gonna be fun. You have to just try and clutch it on out.
3v2 for Subliners. Wow, that's a win and a half.
Oh
what
my God,
the hell?
The trades, the teamwork.
I don't know how they won either of those gunfights, but now a chance. But now it's into a 1v1. The Bulldog versus Big Brucey. 13 seconds to go.
He saw him.
On the bomb. He got the info. Kismet is there, and he bails them out with a 1v2 clutch after the 2 gunfight wins by Shotzzy and Dashy. Jesus.
I mean, it was unreal until it wasn't.
Yeah.
They both decided, let's just run through the hall, and I'm like, that's just
they're probably just feeling turnt in that moment.
I mean, yeah, that teamwork.
I pissed on one, I got the other.
Yeah, the slide, just waiting, the double chow. They almost pull it out, but Kiz in the 1v2, the time on his side.
Wow.
Gives New York the round.
The round that almost was.
That looks so cool.
It did, it really did. Just like seeing, like we weren't even on like their POV, but like just seeing the gunfight.
I mean, the first
from the other angle.
The Skyz was gross.
Oh yeah. We don't even see it from his POV. It still looked gross though. Like
it's been
just straight headies.
You don't have anyone inside a plane. Normally, kind of a standard defensive setup is sort of just have one in there, get a trade. You're at least gonna get one. You might get 2, but Shotzzy just gonna play it from low. You can wall bang from top 3 from middle of the hall. So maybe that's the play call. Dashy to find the first blood.
Right on thought you'd make a great airline steward. But Kenny now.
Thank you.
We'll see what info he can get. Hydra still.
Dude, how does he always
tucked away? How do we just get to the same spot and just tuck away?
He's always lurking. Almost finds a second, I think. But Shotzzy knows he's going to see that cross. There we go. He spots that, but they were looking for it. Shotzzy just playing his life. 20 seconds. New York has to plant.
The nade hits. The plant's through. 1 versus 3 for Kismet. Good luck.
That is an insane play by most players. After that nade hits, they just go for the player on the bomb. Woo. He's like, I'm going to win the first gunfight on the player that's not weak from a grenade and then run away. Shotzzy up to 4-1.
Yeah, I guess you're kind of thinking I just hit him with a nade. Like he's going to back down,
planting.
not going to chow. Yeah, even the plank gets finished, like he's probably not going to chow with whatever, 50 HP, whatever he ended up with. Just sends it to the other guy.
Love it.
Yeah.
Guy's different.
So we go deeper into this search and destroy. Back on offense is OpTic. Nearly a insane round 1 victory.
Well, it is that duo. I mean, 4 for Shotzzy, 3 for Dashy.
Yeah.
All the kills for OpTic throughout the map.
Sure are.
Oh, hello.
Somebody please answer the phone.
My flight was delayed. I'd like a new flight, please.
Yeah, I told you. Great airline steward.
Thank you. All right, so OpTic smoke going down. Just trying to cross me over towards A. The nades are hitting. So there is some info that there's a player near this area. But now without a smoke, like some of these pushes, gonna be tough. But if anyone can do it, it's probably Shotzzy.
Yeah, let's get him and Dashy next to each other, sliding and hopping around. They're good. They start to work their way up. Just peek it for a second and back up.
I like that from Hydra. Don't overcommit. Get ready for the second shot. Throws a detonate down. He's going to use a smoke here. And while he's going to use a smoke almost to perfection, gives the call out though. But I think the smoke kind of helps OpTic to just kind of go for it. Bomb being planted now. Shotzzy's so weak.
For a second, I thought he had a stun, like the way he threw that. Like,
now this is winnable. You have to have a tight setup here if you are OpTic. The Kitty's gonna get out. Watch that flank.
Wrap it all the way around though is Skyz. He's able to take out one, now down to a 2 versus 2.
Sib's out of ammo. Sib's out of AR ammo.
Well, and that's going to make things difficult. Pred with the kill. Skyz all alone. 1 versus 2. He will drop. Texas get the round win. And Hydra, yeah, the smoke nearly led to 3 kills. It looked like it for a second there. But then, yeah, after he drops, sort of a free cross of the bomb.
Yeah, they're like, all right, let's just use, we might as well use this smoke. We got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We're going to get with 2 smokes in the round.
Props to Shotzzy for just committing to the plant. Immediately gets that down. Such a quick decision. Doesn't allow, NYSL to get any nades on the bomb, find some wallbang spots, and, well, he is leading the way at 6-1. Okay, here's your standard top SC hit with that smoke down towards the middle of the hall. New York just going for it.
We'll stop here for a moment. Hydra, though, with the first blood. See what Shotzzy can do with his 4 in a row. As a nade hits him to 6 HP, he's probably going to be chilling for a second and then dead. Kismet soars over the top rope. Dashy last up now. As they just send it. And simply too strong for OpTic within this round. Unless Dashy can do something truly nutty. Not going to happen. 2-2.
Yeah, we haven't seen it so far through this game, but I would say one of the more default sort of hits for offenses is just right off the start. Either put a smoke kind of where P1 is, front Eskies, deal with that line of sight, or right outside a bush. You put a smoke down main hall, and you flank top Eskies, and it sounds like that's exactly what they did. We didn't see the smoke on our screen, but you have that pinch come in, and then for OpTic, you're just kind of playing a retake, but they get picked apart.
They sure do. I mean, Kismet with some big ones. A nice nade onto Shotzzy. As you saw him just kind of laying there and gets bopped. Let's see what happens behind the smoke here. They try to maybe slow them down with it for a moment. Sib will be playing up top. They still be looking for the angle, but it's Kenny now with the first blood, finally in the action after that fantastic map 4 here on Terminal. That's his first kill in the game.
And while this is going on, you have Pred just kind of watching the pinch, watching the flank, but maybe trying to make a move of his own. It's just, what is his timing like? Just New York, they might try to just go right up Essies. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go for an early retake. Kenny somehow plays his life for a while, but Shotzzy is here on the pinch with Pred. They're going to rotate on over. Going to try to plant this bomb.
Should get it down now, 2 versus 1. On to Kismet. He has a 1v2 clutch already to work with, but that one obviously a little bit different as he got in round 1. This time, much more to do. 30 to go. Kismet looking to be the playmaker. Can he find the timing? Knock, knock. Who's there? The Bulldog's been spotted. Looking left, looking right. Just trying to bait one out and almost baits it out perfectly, but can't snap back in time. OpTic, they got each other's cross. They get the round win. They take the edge here again.
Yeah, that was close, though. New York, you saw the Essies push coming in. Kenny gets caught, but Shotzzy was already out, and Pred immediately hits that flank. They time it perfectly, able to trade those numbers and get that bomb down, but I saw it happen, and I was like, which way is this going to go?
Yeah. Now, what did New York try this time on offense? They had the beautiful B hit last time around. A fantastic execute this time. We're going the other way. Shotzzy's going to get caught. Nice shots through from Dashy, though, to knock the weak player, drop the weak player as he went to go hit through. Shotzzy did some great damage into him. Probably see 2 bullets there from Dashy to get the kill. Now into a 3v3, and you've got plain side control.
Yeah, the adjustment for OpTic was a 3-stack top S keys, and Shotzzy, I think he's just looking for info. He's trying probably not to take a fight there, but they at least trade it out. Hydra, he gets found, is once again going for that lurk roll on that pinch.
Yeah, it looked like he almost wasn't ready for the gunfight. Like, he just kind of gets caught. It's still going to be a tough retake. Can you get the kill before you drop? He does. Now to a 1 versus 1. Sib, chows, Sib wins it. The slide cancel is clean.
I mean, he doesn't have to chow. You could check bomb from middle hallway, right? You can jump right into that middle window.
Nah, his name's Dante. He's gunning him.
Yeah, he just goes for the challenge. You know, maybe your teammate gets the kill cam. He's hopping bomb, just goes for the slide, able to snap. We are all tied at 3.
As tough as it can be on offense, we've had some success here for our teams. You've got Pred lurking on one side of it. The other 3 grouped up, thinking about a B hit, working their way up, and the lurk roll here through bookstore will be Hydra.
I mean, this could be bad timing. I don't know if they're going to know Hydra's in this position. You have Pred watching main hallway. Are they going to clear this? It looks like Shotzzy has an idea. They have done such a good job of finding Hydra, knowing the way he wants to play and dealing with his pitches, but they have to win the gunfight, he does.
And then just using his own smoke to just chase him down. You know, Hydra is not, he's 3-6, and we know he is a fantastic tactical search and destroy player, finding timing, playing the lurk role, how good he can be, but OpTic won none of it. Yeah, you're right. They have shut him down. That's been a big part of why it's 3-3 and not maybe Subliners running away with it, because he finds some of those openings. You know how he can take over.
Yeah, well, Sib and Kismet there. Kismet going for the info, and then right away, Sib hits the pinch from bottom plane, finds 2 freebies. Dashy, I think, was just worried about the full flank, so he was watching that way. Those stairs were wide open.
And Sib, part of the reason that you're not up 4-3. He's had some big multi-kills, little clutch in the 1v1. But I feel like it's just really rare since we've started casting Hydra and Search. Like, he has even a negative surge. I don't know. He's just like a lock for double digits sometimes, or he's just so good.
Well, it's just props to OpTic to make, finding sort of the lurk positions that he wants to play in some of these deep corners.
Well, Sib now 7-5. Shotzzy leading on the other end of it at 8-4. The round advantage now to Subliners. I'm not sure. He just wanted to test the...
Maybe not his best round, but now has to try to stay alive. He hears the nades, goes out for the jab.
Red has put so much damage into that goddamn cockpit.
Yeah, wouldn't make a great pilot.
That was incredible. 4v3. Kenny trying to bring us back.
Into this position, they don't know. He could have backed away. But now Dashy here to help. Going for the challenges. Kenny, 2 in the round. Able to make this a 1 versus 2. Ooh. For OpTic, now they just have to use those numbers. And Hydra just so quickly trying to go on this pinch. Well, he is spotted, and they're ready for it.
I mean, that's a hell of a round, considering how it started with Pred. Obviously a bit awkward there for him, but then Kenny with the 2 big ones at Eskies just brings him right back into it.
Yeah, man, it was in the blender.
That looked like a me round where you just make one mistake and then it's just like a domino.
Sorry, guys, I'm gonna go cockpit, throws an nade at the window, has to back away, goes back to the cockpit, and then gets caught. It's just like, well, that one's on me. But Kenny and Dashy able to hold top Eskies.
4-4. We're tied up yet again.
They're just gonna send it behind that smoke, and well, New York just backs away.
Shotzzy's like, I'm shooting every corner just in case Hydra's there.
Yeah, they're gonna have to retake this.
Now, moment of silence.
Now real loud and then real quiet.
Yeah, right. It's like all the utility gets used, and then we just...
Yeah, well, it's a question of how much utility is left on both ends,
Yeah,
especially
true.
in New York. So if you're going to try to retake this, you're going to need some nades. That is for sure. Maybe you won't, but they would definitely help.
No, yeah, I mean, it can be done without them, surely. Yeah, no, you're right. They'll be the assist. That's for certain. Sib just trying to get right into the window, get the info. Spots one, and what a gunfight win it was for Sib. At least able to take that one, but now 3 versus 3, 20 to go. The fight's starting to get frantic, and Shotzzy is Bruce Wayne. He's taking over for Rick Brucey's. He's Batman over the top rope, just laying him out.
That dude just ninja kicked through the air and just pistoled someone in the face.
Yeah, there's some style of that. Give him some style points.
My goodness, Shotzzy. Up to 11. And just after game 2, I don't know, he has been different throughout this series, just gotten locked in.
Yeah, no, he absolutely has. Spectacular there from Shotzzy. Now round away from the reverse sweep. You start in the O2 hole, you might bring it the entire way back. Got to be brimming with confidence now. Kenny, though, stunned up, backing up. The flurry here from Subliners. They're going back to sort of what we saw in an offensive round. Win a bit ago, but Kenny says, no, sir. You shall not pass. Locks down 2, but now we stop for a moment. Into the 2v2 we go. Kenny and Shotzzy. Sib and Skyz.
Yeah, Pred's just hoping to get 1. If he gets 1, maybe one of those players is weak, the game might be over, but instead he gets caught. So numbers equal out.
Sib again.
Sib has just been
The gunny. He's 1v1. Sib has been unbelievable. Now to Kenny. This would be for the ace.
Well, through all this timing, the bomb is already crossed towards A.
The 1v2 ace.
And he's hoping it was a B hit, but it is not.
He's like, ah, crap.
Damn.
Okay, find an opening. He does not. Gets caught on the cross, gets dropped, and it's another round 11 in this series. We go the distance again.
That overchill from Pred, man. I know, like, hey, they're weak. He's just hoping to find 1, even if there is a trade. Instead, he gets caught. Sib up to 11, and well, we have New York on offense. What's kind of worked? It's been the fast B plays. I don't know if they're going to go for it again, but maybe they will.
Yeah, they found success there, but not going to be the play this time around. To A we go. Hydra in the lurk roll yet again.
Shotzzy's not really playing for 1. He's playing for a retake here.
Well, he's been caught a couple of times. He gets some tags in, but now just needs to back away with his life.
Oh, careful. Oh.
Down to 69.
Nice.
Sight control through for Subliners.
Still has a smoke. Then just watching that cross, trying to bait out the position of OpTic, see if you get any wall bangs in. A couple of nerd spots coming through, just shoot through all of it, why not?
Can't quite connect. Skyz with the first blood. Pred taken out of it. Shotzzy is trying to get eyes on him, sliding across. This is going to be so difficult now for OpTic. Can you just get like one wondrous wallbang, rip somebody out of this, and give yourselves a better chance in this round? It was Dashy and Shotzzy that had the near heroics early on in this game. Can they do it again? Shotzi's gone. He's been your playmaker. Hydra, the lurker, finds the kill. Now on Dashy and Kenny. He will drop the drop shot, a thing of beauty. Finally, Hydra finding his openings. They take the round, they clutch up, but what a series it was.
Hydra's like, finally.
Yeah, no, really, like finally gets involved as a playmaker in that one.
He almost gets caught middle of the hallway,
Yeah.
but then backs on down. And will OpTic take it all the way to a round 11 at game 5. I think a slow start to the series for them. They've shown